basketball banquet.
Cheerleaders are going to go first. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you all for coming. It's always a fun night. It's stressful for us. It's not definitely. I'm a lot more comfortable in front of the kids and not so much in front of grown-ups. But a few thank yous. I want to thank John Bland. John bleeds blue, and John does our huddle for football. Youth pastor here at Golden Springs, and for years, whatever we've needed, John's always been gracious to help us. He allowed us to use this fine facility. So, John, if you would give John a round of applause real quick. John, thank you so much. John is definitely White Plains. We want to thank the Booster Club for their hard work. We all know what it's like to run the concession stand, to buy all the supplies, and when stuff runs out, trying to get people to work. And Shelly and Van and all the folks in the Booster Club just done a great job. We want to thank them as well. But also, we have a really nice thing going at White Plains, and a lot of that has to do with the crowd and managing the student section. And the cheerleaders, Miss Buchanan, do a great job of managing the language in the student section for the most part, and for taking care of the students. And I know how hard the cheerleaders work. They were in second block every day. We shared the gym, and they worked extremely hard. They have the longest season out of any of our programs at White Plains, and they don't get much of a break. They get the pep rallies ready in football season, and they're working 10 nights in football, and then 25 or 30 nights during basketball season. It's a grind, and we just want to tell them how much we appreciate them. And Miss Buchanan did a great job, and the enthusiasm was wonderful. So if you would give the cheerleaders a hand. But Miss Buchanan's going to come on up and present the cheerleaders with their awards, and then Coach O is going to award the JV basketball team.
Thank you, Coach Randall, for the kind words, even though you make me get up here first every time. First, I want to say thank you to our administration, Mr. Ward, Ms. Phillips, for the privilege to get to be here and be the varsity cheer coach, Coach Randall, and all the other coaches. It really is a pleasure working with you guys, and you're always willing to help out wherever, depending on what the need is. So I really appreciate y'all. I also appreciate the Booster Club for always including the cheerleaders, because that hasn't always been a thing in the past, and that's a really big deal, especially Van. He's always including us and keeping me in the loop, and we work together really well as a team. So I appreciate them a lot. It's been an incredible season this season. I can't believe that it's ended, and we're actually doing tryouts this week. So one chapter closes, the next one opens, and it happens that fast for cheerleading just about every year. But we had an incredible season. I talked about it during the football banquet to some, but we competed this year for the first time in 2 years, and we did really well with it. It was an incredible football season with 13 pep rallies, I think. I've already forgot how many it was, but like Coach Randall said, it really is a grind, and there's a lot of work that goes into all of that stuff. Basketball games has been an incredible season. One of the best seasons I think I've ever experienced at White Plains, even with my brother playing. Like, it was a really, really good season, and there were a lot of memories, and the way his guys played this year reminded me a lot of when my brother was playing, so that was awesome. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started and give them individual awards. I'm going to start with Miss Addie Crumley. Addie is a first-year cheerleader this year. She decided decided to try out last year for the first time, jumping straight into varsity, and I can't say enough good things about her. We threw her in a stunt group as a flyer, and she just took off from there. She's an incredible freshman young lady, and I know that she'll be a part of this program for the rest of her high school career. Addie, I'm so glad that you decided to join our team, and it's been a privilege to coach you this year. Addie is also getting her varsity letter tonight. Next up, we have Miss Emily Browning. My sweet Emily is a go-getter. She's always the one that's yes ma'am. No matter what I tell her, I can tell her to go run 10 miles and she would do it because that's who she is. And I can throw her in there in a stunt group and say, hey, try this or do this, and it's always yes ma'am, always willing and going over and beyond. So, Emily, I'm glad to have you returning on my team for the second year, and I hope that you continue to cheer throughout your high school career. Miss Emily Browning, and she is gaining her varsity pin tonight. Next up, we have Miss Kylie Nadak. Promise I'm not going to stay up here all night. I'm hurrying. There's just so many good things I could say about all of them, as all the other coaches feel the same way about their guys and girls. But I've had Kylie since she was a little bitty 7th grader, and the amount of growth that I've seen with her, not only cheerleading, but personal, all the above. She's a great athlete and a huge asset to our team. And I know that she'll continue to cheer because she loves cheerleading. Isn't that right? Kylie is gaining her pin tonight. Miss Kylie. Next up, we have Miss Olivia Cotney. Miss Cotney. Oh, where do I start? She's standing right behind me. I love this girl. I feel like she's really came out of her shell this year. Compared to last year, she was new as an 8th grader on the varsity team. This year, she's really came out of her shell and spoke up, spoke for what was right, and shown good leadership skills throughout the year. Olivia is always one that if something's not right, she's going to make sure that it's known that that's not the right thing, and that's not what she stands for. So, Olivia, same here. I can throw you in any stunt. I can put you in the front. I can put you in the back, and she's going to perform the same no matter what, and always has a beautiful smile on her face. Olivia Cotney also getting her pin. Next, we have Miss Charlie Perry. Charlie decided to cheer this past year for the first time ever after trying some other sports. Is that correct? Softball. A couple years ago, she really came out of her shell to decide to even try out for cheer, made the team, and she's been an asset to our team this entire year. I'm really glad that she decided to try out, and she's enjoying it the way that she is. Miss Charlie Perry, and she is earning her varsity letter tonight. Next up, we have Miss Ansley Ewing. Oh, where do I start? My sweet Ansley, my child. This girl, I love so much. It's not been the easiest year on her as far as school, cheer, personal life, all the above. She has really pushed through, and sometimes there are some that we have to show a little bit more tough love to. That does not mean that I do not love her any less, because she's one of my children now. Ansley, Miss B loves you, and I really hope that you decide to cheer again next year. Okay? Ansley is receiving her varsity pin tonight. Next up, I have my sweet Brittany Rosas. This is Brittany's second year cheering on varsity. I've also had her since she was on junior high, and it's been a privilege to coach her and see her grow every year. And Brittany sometimes sells herself short, but we always reassure her that she is capable of doing any and everything, even when she thinks that there's a better back spot on the team in her. It's not true, and she's gonna, this next year she's really gonna have to step up her role. She will be an upperclassman, and so I'm excited to see what she does this next year. So Brittany is receiving her pin tonight. All right, next we have Miss Kennedy Carlisle. Kennedy's not here tonight, so we're going to keep moving right along. So we have Miss Cambry Hardiman. Cambry, at the beginning of the season, was faced with what I would consider a lot of pressure. She took on the role as co-captain of the cheer team as a sophomore, which is a pretty big deal because that does not normally happen often. And she did it so well. Kindness, grace, leadership role, all the above. She filled the shoes, just like I knew that she would. Cambry, I can't wait to see what all you accomplish. And it's been a pleasure getting to coach you these past 2 years. She's also receiving her pin tonight. Right, next up I have my seniors, Grayson Gallagher. Grayson decided to try out for cheer this past year as a senior, which is not something that happens very often. I'm proud of her courage and determination to get out here. Cheer is kind of in her blood. She did gymnastics for several years when she was younger. So there was no doubt in my mind that she wouldn't be incredible, and she's been just that since this time last year at tryouts. And I think her teammates can say the same thing. They're really glad that she decided to join the team this year. As I am Grayson, and I cannot wait to see what you do in the future. Grayson is receiving her letter tonight. Jackson Pearson is not here tonight. He was our male cheerleader this year, and I'm just going to say a couple things about how it changed the whole dynamic of our team, just having a male cheerleader on the team. It was great. It was wonderful. I feel like for my stunt groups, they really got to do more than they normally would have, just because Jackson was always there. He was always back spotting. He brought a lot of fun and laughter and good spirits to the team as well. Last but surely not least, Ella Caldwell, senior. Ella, I really could talk about you all night. The person you are, the athlete you are, the role model that you are to these girls. She's the mom of the squad for sure. I couldn't do it without this girl. Anything and everything I need, she's there. Miss Buchanan, I got you, I'll do it. Even the craziest of things, isn't that right, Ella? I'm really glad that I've got to be your coach and build the relationship that I have with you, and you make me proud, and I can't wait to see what all you do in the future. She's also gaining her pin tonight. Needless to say, it's been an incredible year, incredible season with these girls, and try not to tear up. But I'm sure as many of you know, or you've heard, I have got to take some time off to raise my boy. So, yeah, thank y'all so much.
Go ahead and get the JV guys up here. Are you moving me already? Thanks. Thanks a lot. We'll give a couple thanks before we recognize these guys. Thanks to our admin, Ms. Ray, Ms. Thelker, Ms. Phillips, Mr. Ward, for all the support they give us throughout the year. Anything we ask for, they provide it for us, and so we're extremely thankful for them. As Coach Randall said, thanks for the Booster Club, for everything they support us with. They're the same way. Anything that we're in need of, they are ready and willing to provide us with those things. Thanks to you parents for allowing us to coach your kids. I don't remember any issues throughout the year with this crew, and so that's a tribute to you and the way you raised them. Thanks Coach Randall, Coach Dawson, Coach Sprayberry for being there also. It's great to work on a team like that. We all kind of pitch in and help each other whenever anything's needed, and so big thanks to them. They're not here, but I want to give a shout out to my parents for helping take care of my two. It's a long season. It's a struggle, sometimes getting them to and from and making sure they're taken care of. So thanks to them. And then finally, thanks to Reagan. Like I said, it's a long season. It's a grind, it's a struggle. We went through some family stuff, and so she's kind of been just a rock for our whole family. And so big thanks to her for being there all year. This is a really fun group to coach. My favorite part, and this kind of goes back to the admin thing, is I think it's been huge for us as a program to have fourth and fifth block with these guys every day. And I think it's a great decision that our school made, and it's done nothing but provide more success for us as we grow. And just to see them for multiple hours every single day has been great. I think they've benefited from that. But our goal always with this group, from the time we meet in June and to the time we end in February, is have they improved? Have they gotten better? And I think this group definitely has done that. We talk all the time. We don't hang banners for JV seasons or keep up with records. To be honest with you, it's have we improved and are we ready to play on the next level? And I think this group has definitely done that. And excited about the future with this group, from getting spanked pretty good at Oxford in November to, I think we put, 87 on the board against Faith. They've come a long way, and I'm extremely proud of them. Like I said, encouraged for the future with this group. I want to take some time to recognize them. We had 4 8th graders who came out and played with us throughout the year. Who's it, just Harmon? Harmon's the only one that's here tonight. And like I said, those guys showed a lot of great stuff during the summer. They showed a lot of great stuff during their season, and so we kind of we wanted them to come with us and keep playing after their season ended. And they contributed in many great ways, and all four of them are great players, going to be great players. And so Harmon's the one here tonight, so we want to give some credit to Harmon. Recognize our freshmen. First, Matthew Masson. Matthew is one of those guys who's really fun to coach. Hang on just a second. He's really fun to coach. He's yes sir, no sir. He's going to give it all he's got, and that's why Matthew is with us this year. I remember during tryouts, got to the last day, and we already discussed it. We got a couple guys we're looking at, and I think that during the last scrimmage, the ball's on the ground, and Matthew goes diving after it, and I was like, well, that's kind of hard to cut a guy like that. And so I appreciate Matthew and his effort and being coachable all year long. Matthew Masson. Next guy is another, and you're probably going to hear me say the same thing a lot about these guys, is they're great to coach. No issues, no problems. Whatever we ask them to do, they're willing to do that. And this is another one of those guys, Kobe Slaughter. Next is Bryson Cheatwood. Bryson was our point guard this year and led us. And I was thinking earlier, Coach Reynolds may be able to vouch for this. I don't remember the last time, I don't know, he probably does, but a guy that played junior high and JV and in varsity games in one season. And he did that when we were all kind of battling sickness and down a bunch of guys. And I remember Bryson coming through and being able to play on a varsity level, and we're going to see a ton more of that obviously in the future. But I thought that was pretty cool to see him play at all three levels this year and be able to succeed at all three levels. And so the future's very bright, and we're looking forward to a lot more from Bryson Cheatwood. Next guy is Caden Foster. Caden's he's what I like to call him one of those glue guys. He's great to have around. He's a perfect teammate. He's going to play as hard as possible. He's going to give you everything he's got. And I remember talking to Caden not long ago, and as he plans for next year and plans to play again, I love that. I'm excited about having Caden around just because he's high energy and a great guy to have around. So Caden Foster. Next is Caleb Johnson. Caleb tried out this year, and he was with me all as an 8th grader at the middle school, and I watched him the whole school year. He was in my PE class, 5th period I think, and Caleb worked on his game throughout the year, and then tried out in the spring, and I could tell that it was important to Caleb, and he improved throughout the year, and looking for more success out of Caleb. Maybe he'll grow and be like his brother. That'd be cool. Next is Crew Martin. I think Crew grew up a lot, obviously, during football, being thrown into the mix as a quarterback and for a varsity team as a freshman. That did a lot for Crew. Crew's a gamer. He knows what's going on, not like a video gamer, like a gamer. Like once he's in the game, he's ready to go. And he knows what's going on at all times. He knows where he's supposed to be, what everybody's supposed to be doing. And I think that's extremely important for Crew, and I'm looking forward to great stuff out of him. Crew Martin. Harlan Sadeth. Harlan joined us in the summer from Oxford, right? Yeah. And went to camp with us and kind of just jumped in and came along for the ride. And we've seen extreme growth out of Harlan. He started clicking for Harlan late in the season and started figuring out how things are supposed to work, where he's supposed to be. And once we started to see that, he's a great athlete who can fly. And so he's able to start putting those things together. We're looking forward to bright things out of Harlan coming forward. Harlan set. Next is Jason Sheehy. Jason is a sophomore for us. All the rest of these guys are sophomores, I think. Harlan is too, sorry. And Jason's a guy that I had last year on the JV as a freshman, and continue to see growth from Jason. Jason's one of those guys that knows what's going on, knows where he's supposed to be at all times, and his shot improved throughout the year. And so we thought a lot of good things out of Jason, and looking for more improvement as we move into his junior year. Jason Sheehy. Next is Jonathan Sprayberry. Jonathan's going to kill me because every time we have anything like this, I have to text him ask him how to spell his name because I did mess it up one time and he gave me heck about it. And so he probably thinks I don't even like him because I don't know how to spell his name, but I promise that's not the truth. Jonathan earned the title of guarding the other team's best player, and he took a lot of pride in that. He loved taking that guy out of the game. And those best players, whoever they were for the other team, became non-threats because Jonathan would just go in and guard them and shut them down. And so Jonathan loved that role for us and embraced it and excelled at it. And I appreciate him embracing that role. Not a lot of people like that. Not a lot of people can do that. But he loved doing that, and I appreciate him and everything he brought to our team this year. Jonathan Sprayberry. Rodney's not here. I will say Rodney is a ball of energy. There was times when I could choke him. There's times when I could hug him and love him. But that's one of those deals you just got to kind of live with it. He's going to do some really, really great things, and he's going to do something that makes you think, what are you thinking? But Rodney improved from November to February, and loved having Rodney. There were many times I just put Rodney in a one-man press, and he'd just go guard all four of them, and everybody else would just sit back and wait for him to throw us the ball. And so Rodney was a lot of fun to have around, and looking forward to the future with him. Last guy is Hayden Barksdale. I want to say this. Hayden and I had a really come to Jesus type conversation after the first game, and it was not pretty. We were kind of upset with each other, and that was fine. He was man enough to have that talk, and we never had another one. He was great. I couldn't have asked for more out of Hayden after that. He was a great leader for us. He led us on the court. He led us in the locker room. He led the guys through practice. He was great to have along, and I'm really looking forward to what else Hayden brings to this team, the varsity team going forward, and just the way that he responded from that proved a lot to me about who he is, and it's a tribute to his parents, his brother, everybody that's with him, and so big props to Hayden, and appreciate what he brought to us this season. Hayden Barksdale. All right, fellas, thanks.
This is what it's like to coach girls. You're always waiting on them. All right, just like Coach Randall and Coach O said, first I want to thank John Blanton. He's the most unselfish person I know. He's the biggest giver. You just ask, and he's there. It wouldn't matter if you were stranded on the side of the road or wherever you're at. He's going to drop what he's doing, and he's going to help you, because that's just the type of person he is. Like Coach Randall said, he bleeds blue, and he's 100% White Flames. Thank you, Mr. Ward and Ms. Phillips, for giving the opportunity to coach these young ladies. Parents, thank you for trusting me with your most prized possession. And I understand. I've got kids, and I know what they mean to you. And it's an honor and a privilege for you to trust us enough to coach them. Thank you to Ms. Morton for all the help at camp. Never had to worry about transportation, never had to worry about jerseys. She took care of all that. I hope I can sign her up again for this year. Mr. Martin, you don't know what a big deal it is. I can't see you because the lights are so bright, but thank you over there. Not having to worry about somebody keeping the book, that's a big deal. And also, you've kept it long enough, let us know how many fouls. You're the rock, man, and it's a hard job to keep the book, and you do a great job at it. Thank you, Ms. Phillips, for helping at the Christmas tournament, transportation again. Callan, thank you for your time. Always having an ear to listen, and always knowing what to say to calm me down or make me laugh, whichever one was it. Thank you to the Booster Club, Van and Shelly. I don't think I've ever asked for anything and y'all said no. It's always, yeah, sure, go ahead. And that's just awesome. So now to the girls. You know, we challenge these girls every day to get better, to make every sprint, to get in the gap, and they did it every day. They never gave up. They never came to practice. Never had a bad practice. And that's something special, ladies. You're setting the foundation for something that we're going to see years down the road. Y'all might not see it now, but 7 years from now, we're going to see it, and it all started with you. All right, I want to thank y'all for that. We're going to start with some awards. These are in alphabetical order. So the first award, this young lady played defense. She's our human bouncy ball. She's up and down the court. She's everywhere. She's on the ground. She's shooting layups. Bright future next year. She's going to have to handle the ball a whole lot. So that's Abby Dixon. She's receiving a pen. The next young lady is a post player. She worked hard all year. She's a pleaser. She wants to do good. She did that every practice. When she got in the game, she boxed out. She did everything she could ever ask her to do. She will be earning a letter this year and a fiche. Next young lady, if you're looking for somebody to get on the floor, you're looking for somebody to box out, she hustles when she's in, a go-getter, got a bright future, and that's Zoe Moore. All right, she's not here now. Next young lady came to practice. She practiced hard every day. She wanted to get better every day. She worked on her shot every day, and it's starting to pay off. And she will be earning a letter allocate law. Next young lady is a shooter. When she figures out which hand she's going to shoot it with, she'll be a lot better, because some days she shoots left-handed, some days she shoots right-handed. Shoots just as well with either hand. She's going to give summer dribbling lessons to anybody that wants them, and that's Savannah Phillips. She will be earning a pen. The next young lady, to start the season, this young lady was going to be coming off the bench. And then we went through some injuries, and she really stepped up and worked her way into a starting role. And she would dive on the ball for loose, on the ground for loose balls. I remember against Anniston, she dove on the ground, separated her shoulder, played the next day. What was that? She separated it twice, and a really tough young lady, and she is earning a pen. Ella Palmer. Next young lady moved up after the junior high season, and she's got a bright future in the post. Really, really hard worker, and that is Brooke Thelker. Another young lady that moved up after the junior high season. She can go 90 miles an hour. A real tough defender, and that's Emma Tidwell. She got after loose balls. I'll never forget her at Heflin. We needed somebody to score. She said, I'll do it. I scored 20 points. Earning a pen is Patty Bradley. Next young lady had an awesome summer. We had a bright future against Oxford. Had an injury, comes in at faith, practicing, does a jump stop, tears her ACL. Only practices she missed was when, since she had surgery on her right leg, she couldn't drive. So there was 2 or 3 weeks that she could not be at practice because she can't drive. All right. But other than that, she made every practice. She made every game. She was the best teammate she could be. She was in the drill even when she wasn't in the drill. And that's earning a pen. next young lady, she had the keys to the car. Had to get the car, keep it out of the ditch. She controlled the ball. She had it in possession more than anybody else. We also asked her, hey, you're going to have to score 20 points, and you're going to have to play defense, and you're going to have to get rebounds, and you're going to have to do anything else that we ask you to do. And she did a great job of it. She made every sprint. She finished first in every sprint, and she led us. A great player, earning a pin, Cooper Martin. All right, the next young lady, she got hurt at the end of softball season, and we didn't know if she was going to be able to make it to camp, much less play in the summer league or summer games. I remember we're at Fort McClellan. She comes in, she says, hey, I'm cleared, I can play. I'm like, okay. So then mom comes to know it's for real, she can play. So she played that game and gave it 100%, and that's what she does every game. She gets deflections, she plays defense. When she has confidence, she shoots it just as anybody as I've ever coached. And that young lady's B. Moran, earning a pin. We've got some statistical stats that we do at the end of the year. The first one we have is best three-point percentage. Now, if you only shoot 1 3 and you hit it, you're not eligible for the best three-point percentage. You got to at least shoot 10 or 12 throughout the year. But this young lady, she had to play the post, she had to play the wing, but she does whatever you ask her to do. And the young lady that led us with best three-point percentage, Cassidy Arnold. All right, best free throw percentage. It's a big deal. If you can make free throws and box out, you can win 80 to 90% of your games. Young lady that led us with the best free throw percentage was Cooper Martin. All right, this young lady, steals is a big deal. Deflections and steals. And she led us with steals, and team leader in steals is B. Marie. All right, another statistic we do is assist. And the person that led us in team leader in assist was Cassidy Arnold. Defensive and offensive rebounds are pretty important too. And this young lady led us in rebounds, Addie Bradley. The next awards we're giving out are awards that I think ever since I've been at White Plains, we've given these awards out, whether I was coaching boys or girls. So like I said earlier, the sixth person, the person that comes off the bench is very important. That person normally could have been a starter, but they play better. Not necessarily better, but they can come off the bench and play just as good. And our sixth man of the award turned out to be a starter at the end of the year, and that is Ella Potter. This next award is very important. It's your us if you're going to do this. If you'll take charges for your team, you're putting your team first. It's a big deal at White Plains. It should be a big deal everywhere. And the person that took the most charges for us this year was Addie Bradley. Right, the next award is the Iron Man Award. You can do this in many ways. It can be the person that leads you in the most minutes. This year it's more, she played defense, she played offense, 90 miles an hour. She's everywhere. And our Ironman Award goes to Abby Dixon. next award, this young lady's season got cut short, real short. And she was the best teammate, like I said earlier. Missed the 3 weeks and that's it. All right, she was at practice. It'd been very easy to say, hey coach, I can't make it today, my knee's hurting. But she didn't. All right, you're either in the drill, if you're not in the drill, you're in the drill. And she was at every practice, even though she tore her ACL, and the best teammate is Bella Higgins. All right, the next award is the Offensive Player of the Year. That's typically the person that had the most points. She averaged 13.8 points, and she did that in 17 games. Her season was also cut short with a knee injury. And our Offensive Player of the Year is Cassidy Arms. Defensive Player of the Year, deflections, blocks, getting on the ground for loose balls. She just does whatever you ask her to do. Our Defensive Player of the Year is B. Moran. All right, and this other award, and then I've got the other award. You could say it's the most valuable player, most important player, the leader of the team. But without her with the controlling the ball, it's been tough for us. So the MVP for the year, Cooper Martin. The next two are our captains. This is a big deal to be a captain. You lead your team. The first one, she won every sprint. Didn't complain, didn't like them. But I asked her, hey, look, you've got to lead us, and you've got to make every sprint. You've got to be first. You've got to do it. They'll follow your lead, I promise. And she did it. I don't think anybody up here likes running sprints. All right, besides her. All right, but one of our captains this year for 23-24 season, Cooper Martin. The other young lady would sometimes beat me to practice. All right. She was there 15, 20, 30 minutes before practice. She's the first one there, she's the last one to leave. Made sure all the balls were on the rack, made sure they're all in the dressing room, made sure people had the practice jerseys. It's very rare that you find somebody that can beat the coach to the gym. But Cassidy Arms. The last couple of awards are area awards. We had two young ladies make the all-area tournament team, and that's based off of how you perform in the tournament, and that was at Cherokee County, and we couldn't make it because they had softball practice. So the first young lady that made the all-area tournament team is Cooper Martin. All right, and the other young lady that made the all-tournament team, Addison Bradley. And the last three awards, and then I'll sit down, I promise, are all area. So the first young lady that made the Class 4A area team, Area 10, all area, is Brittany Warren. Class 4A Area 10, all area, Cassidy Arnold. Class 4A Area 10, all area, Cooper Martin. All right, and then I said the last three. I lied. This is the last award, I promise. It's not really an award. I want to tell Callie thank you. She's 20 years old, going to college, in a sorority, coaching basketball, coaching softball, There's so many things you could be doing as a girl at 20 years old, but investing your time back in your community is a big deal. And I just want to tell you thank you, and I appreciate you.
All right, let's set this thing up a little different. We always like to, when we're speaking to each other, we always make eye contact. So I don't like them standing behind me. I want to look at them when I'm talking to them. But I want to begin by thanking administration, Miss Ray, Miss Phillips, and Mr. Ward. Man, Mr. Ward takes up tickets. Been doing it for years, all the home games. Miss Phillips handles all the away games. Miss Ray organized the whole student body when we had to go to Heflin and they were trying to start some stuff, and man, that was great. We had a great time and all that. Just wonderful administration. Whatever we need, they're always helping us. And one of the tough things about coaching, and we got 8 seniors, and that's odd, and we've never had that before. We had 7 in 2009, and that was a big group. But not only do you lose the seniors, your parents graduate as well. And the unique thing about it, from the outside, I'm not in the stands, thank goodness, and I definitely wouldn't want to be up there. But from a coach looking at our senior parents, there was no jealousy. It seemed like every senior parent pulled for every kid on the team, and we've had things in the past where one parent didn't pull for this kid, and this kid, his dad didn't pull for that kid, and his mom didn't pull for this kid over here. That's wasn't the case. You folks, it's like you took all of them to raise. You loved all 8 of them, all 14 of them, but those seniors were a little bit different, and we just had great parents. And we've never had a team that hit its potential that didn't have great parents. And you folks are great, and I hate to see you go, but I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. It was a joy to coach your kids. It just was. The next thing I want to talk about is, before I get to talking about to each one of you guys, I hope you appreciate the culture that you maintained. We talk to you all the time about leaving things better than you found it, and I believe in my heart you did. I hope you enjoyed the crowds that you played in front of. In all the years I've been here, you probably played in 3 or 4 of the best crowds we've ever had. You had to love that stuff, because I sure did. I mean, moving people out of the way to throw the ball in, come up those steps, and you walk out of there, and it is electric and rocking. And, being a part of a team is really special. I remember my high school coach. Y'all slow over a little bit. Y'all making me nervous. Y'all slow over a little bit hard. Yep. My high school baseball coach told me one time, fellas, he said, enjoy playing ball in high school because it's a time of your life. And I love Coach Atkins, man. He's great. Talked to him. You remember he came up last year, Josh, and the day we were playing the regionals. You remember him coming up there and sitting with us and talking to us? That was my high school baseball coach. And Coach Atkins told me that, and he was wrong, because that's not the case. There's a lot better things out there, Daniel. It's fun, man. This is fun. And I don't ever want to think about living and not being a part of a team. But you're going to get married, you're going to graduate from college, you're going to get married, you're going to have kids, you're going to get old like me, and you're going to have grandkids. And there are better things out there. This is great, but there are better things out there for you. And I hope playing basketball for us help get you ready for what's ahead. I got thinking today where we started from and where we ended. And I was thinking about, I never got a call. I got one call. Y'all play varsity close every 3 years in the JV. The only time I ever got a call from the office was the brilliant criminal move that y'all had at the time that y'all were going to forge Daniel's going to. Who else was in on that, Daniel? I mean, You should have wrote it with a crayon. It would have been just as believable. All you didn't have was the box, check yes or no, on the line to get out of class. Cracked me up. That's the only time that, I mean, it looked like you grabbed the pen and wrote it like that right there. You barely get the words on the paper. I'm like, man, please, y'all don't be criminals. Just grow up. But that's the one thing that we dealt with. I think we got one technical all year, and I got it a minute and 12 seconds into the game, Alexandria. None of y'all got one all year. You acted great. So you were just a credit to our community and our school, the way you acted, the way you wore the colors. And it made me proud. Out of the 8 seniors, how many of you started in kindergarten at White Plains? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, Silas, what grade did you come in? First grade. Paul? 4th. 5th. Unbelievable. So we got 8 seniors, and they've been together for at least 7 years, 8 years, from the 5th grade on. And that means a lot to me because that's who we want to play with. I'm not recruiting. I'm not going out calling people and, hey, there's this kid in Piedmont, there's this dude over in Heflin. No, I want to win with the kids in White Plains. You know, if they move in, great. If they don't, but we're coaching the kids in White Plains. We're not going out and getting anybody to come take their place. And so that means a lot to me as well. But before we get to the awards, I want to thank the assistant coaches, Clay and Bradley and Coach O. You know, we've been together a while, and you guys are, you know, they're more than assistant coaches. Y'all are family to me, and we work together great. And the one thing that scares me is I don't want nothing. I hate change. I don't want change. I like what we have going, and you guys are the best. I'm spoiled. You take care of me, and I don't know how to do anything technology. And y'all try to teach me. I'm like, why? Because y'all not going anywhere. I'm not leaving. Well, why have I got to learn if y'all already know how to do it? So don't teach me how to do it. Y'all just do it for me. And so they're great about that. But, you know, just thinking about where we started when y'all were in 10th grade and where we ended up, you know, how we all held each other and cried after that first game at Oxford when it, you know, 70-27, and we wondered what we were doing with our lives. And to come back, you know, as seniors and to be area champs. And that's the coolest T-shirt ever in the history of T-shirts, I think, with all y'all's faces on it. I thought that was really cool, Coach O got for us. But looking back in the summertime and winning everything Coach T had to win up there, remember Paul hitting a big shot, winning the cardiac, and then winning the big tournament on the last day. That was a blast. We just had a great run together. We expect you guys to come back and see us. These 6 juniors that are taking your place are going to still need you. We need you to come back and visit. We know that this is always going to be home, and that you always got a place at White Plains, and we're just proud that we got to coach you. So, girls, don't forget, and you guys as well before you leave, get your nameplates because we changed boards this year, so everybody, not just the seniors, everybody's going to get their nameplate. Everybody's getting it, so get that. And also the seniors need to get their banners, so y'all get that as well. But let's get to the awards. 14 players, okay? Everybody lettered. 11 of you are getting pins, and then Caleb, Harp, and Prater get letters. And this is the first time y'all lettered, right? And then everybody else is going to get a pin. So let's start with the certificates of participation. This is our junior. He's going to take over the reins as the point guard next year. And I'm not the least bit concerned because this kid's tough. You can't measure heart. You can't measure toughness. And he got better every single day, pushed us in practice, pushed the seniors to get better. And we're looking for big things out of him next year. So first junior's Prater Stokes. This young man, Harp stayed injured a lot this year, battled through some injuries 2 years in a row, but Harper can really shoot it. And anything heavy we need picked up, Harper always picks that up for us because he's like big and stuff and strong. But we look for Harper to make some big shots for us next year. Harper's a great teammate, and he was there. And he's going to do some big things for us, Harper Hall. You know, we met this guy 2 years ago. He moved in from Arab. And Cam is like, this Caleb guy, he does not look Arabian. But we we know he is from Arab, even though Cam doesn't believe he's Arabian. He was from Arab. And Caleb moved in, didn't know anybody. And, you know, I really think basketball helped Caleb transition. New schools, I wouldn't want to change schools. I'm 53 years old. I'm not going anywhere. And I wouldn't want to change schools, especially if I was 16, coming into a school not knowing a soul. And so Caleb did that, and I think basketball has helped him. And just look out. Caleb's going to hit some big shots for us next year. And we're looking for some big things. So Caleb Lynch. Maybe a little on your daddy's side, Caleb. I don't know that. I don't know. Cash Pritchett is our next junior. Cash is tough. Cash was one of the two that really gave the seniors a hard time in the 15-7 games. Seemed like every time we needed the big shot from the juniors, Cash had made it. And then we worked with Cash on his trash talking. It got better and better throughout the year. And sprinkle a little bit of fun words in there every once in a while. Cash really did a good job of that. And we think he's going to have a big senior season for us next year. Cash Pritchett. This is misspelled, Ty. It does not say Tyrone, but you're going to just take it anyway. Whatever we need done around, we get Ty to do it. He's just that guy. I trust him. If I need the gator, if I need something cleaned up, taken out, swept, thrown away, organized, Ty's my guy. He's just that guy. You just trust him. And I think Ty's going to be a captain for us next year, and we're looking for some big things. The only thing about Ty, when he jumps, he lands really fast. But that's all right because he's tough and he's mean. And he was telling somebody the other day, I was aggravating him about his squat. And he's like, well, nobody in here can whoop me. I might not be able to squat that. Nobody in here will whoop me. So I'll lock that out of Ty. So love this guy, Ty Roberts. This guy is, I tell you, the seniors did not like this guy when we played 15-7 because he gave them the business. He made the seniors, you made him run more than anybody, didn't you? I mean, he absolutely could not miss in our 15-7 games. If you don't know what that is, we play, the juniors are up 7-0, we played at 15 and I cheat. And if we don't call fouls for the seniors, if that's out of bounds, the juniors usually get it. But Ethan absolutely just shot it so good against the seniors. And we think that Ethan's going to lead us in scoring next year. He's going to work hard. And he's going to be ready to handle those reins. So our last junior, Ethan Turner. First senior before we get to the awards. Our first senior, I'm going to go kind of quick because all of you got an award. We'll go through that real quick. Make sure you get your pen. Our first senior is Coleman Ray. Our next senior is Silas Hines. Come on. Carter Johnson. Next senior, Daniel Williams. Still can't believe Coach O cut this kid. Bless his heart. Paul Lobby.
Can't let go.
Thank you. I swear. Josh Wheeler. Next senior, Dylan Barksdale. Okay, statistical awards, and then we're going to give the other awards, the special awards. 224 this year. 224 rebounds, Carter Johnson. This one surprised me a little bit. 76 assists, most assists. You want to guess? Paul.
Good job.
This was pretty easy. Most blocks, Carter Johnson. How many, Carter? Look at the bottom. How many do you have? Okay. Look, some black. 52. Wow. Nice. Most steals, Dylan Barksdale, 33. Now this is incredible, Carter. We've had one guy in 23 years have a higher field goal percentage than this. And I think you would have got him, but you were 0 for 7 from 3 for the year. 68% field goal percentage.
You didn't have to say I was over 7.
0 for 7, Carter.
68%.
Second year in a row, most charges taken. Josh Wheeler with 14. Wow. Josh, come on back. 771 minutes played. So you got the Ironman Award this year. Way to go, buddy. And also, you made 72 threes, so you had most threes made as well. And highest free throw percentage, 72. Who got it? Paul. Good job, Paul. Okay, individual award. We tell you when we first get together every year, if you're going to be remembered, what's the one thing we want you to be remembered by? Being what? Great teammate. We're not going to remember everything you did, shots missed, made, blocks, whatever. We're going to remember how you treated your team, your teammates. And this is a very special award. This guy came off the bench. This guy never had a bad attitude, not one day. And I want y'all to know something. It's very difficult as a coach. My high school coach told me one time, we're talking about raising kids. He's like, and parents will relate to this, you're always as happy as your saddest child. Does that make sense? You got 3 kids, and on a scale of 1 to 10, one's a 9, one's 8, one's a 6, you're a 6. You're with your kid, you're with your, and it's the same way as a coach. You're always as happy. You worry about your players. This guy had a perfect attitude. He came to work every single day. He was an absolute wonderful teammate. And he may be the best looking Wildcat I've coached in 23 years. I just really believe he needs to be a model. He's going to make a lot of money. It's not even close. Best teammate, Silas Hines. Most improved. Most improved. It's Cam. I mean, how many times would I kick you out of practice, man? Look, I love that. Man, that's so funny looking back on it now to see how far me and you came. I mean, I thought about, you ask him, I thought, hey, listen, if I put my hands on Cam, y'all grab, don't let me choke him. I mean, you may be better, Cam, because I thought about you all the time. How can I get through to him? How can we make him better? And you go from getting kicked out of practice to starting and guarding the other team's best players at critical times. You just came a long way, brother, and I'm proud of you. And I was so hard on you for 2 reasons. Number 1, I love you, and number 2, you need it. I'm telling you. And you're mine, man. You're mine. I love you. I'm proud of you. It's not close. Most improved. Come on. This next is the Wildcat Award, and we want you guys to represent us the right way while you play, on the court, off the court, in the classroom, in the community, being a good teammate, also being a good player. And this guy was all those things. He continued to improve. We're going to talk about you more later, Coleman. Made some really big shots and some really big moments, but for doing things all around, in the classroom, in the school, in the community, and also being a really good player, you get the Wildcat Award. Congratulations. It's not always who starts. Sometimes, as a coach, some guy couldn't handle come off the bench. Some guy needed to start for his confidence. Some guy Paul didn't care. It didn't matter Paul whether he started or not. Paul didn't start, but he just 30 minutes played. It didn't matter. Paul didn't care less. Some guys need to start. Some guys it doesn't matter. This guy started for 2 years and some change, and then started coming off the bench. And all the years I've been coaching, Daniel, your performance against Jacksonville is historic. I'll think about that when I'm hanging them up. And you just did whatever our team needed, and you hit some big shots and some big moments and gave us some really tough minutes. And for that, you get the 6-man award. You JV guys, act like this dude acts. Play as hard as Paul. Love like Paul, hate like Paul, work like Paul, compete like Paul, and hustle like Paul. And you do that, you're going to be in good shape. Mr. Hustle, Paul Lobby. Yeah, just don't dress like Paul on game nights where you look like you slept on a park bench all night and t-shirt, cut off t-shirt, and carrying your shoes over your shoulder. Crack me up, man. It's epic. Our leading scorer, the guy that took the big shots, made the big shots. You might think, oh man, I want to take the big shot. Well, you got to live with missing it too. And this guy can handle it. He was our best offensive player for the last couple of years. Just did a wonderful job for us. Best offense, Josh Wheeler. I don't think we've ever had a guy get best offense, and I've threatened him more for not shooting. I'm going to take you out if you don't shoot. I've never done that a dozen times. The biggest honor, other than being a great teammate, the biggest honor we can have is guarding the other team's best player. And when we scouted, the first thing we did was, all right, who's Dylan going to take? Who are we going to put Dylan on? Who's the other team's best player? And we want to take that guy out of the game. And he got that assignment, and he loved it. He loved it. And Dylan is, I'm not sure what Dylan's going to be when he grows up. He's going to be good at it. He's going to make a lot of money too. If you buy stuff from Dylan, you better, you know, he's making money off you. I promise you. But he's White Plains through and through. If you don't believe it, he said Hut. How many games you play quarterback? He said Hut and got his brains beat in and just kept coming back for more game after game after game, just nothing but toughness. But our best defensive player this year, Dylan Marcel. All right, and best all around. Carter's already got 68% from field goal percentage, and we figured out early that we were not going to ask Carter to do something he can't do. So we were going to ask him to go out there 20 feet away from the basket and guard somebody. We're going to put him in front of the rim and protect the rim and block shots and rebound the basketball. And he was a force on both ends of the floor. And there's some postseason awards coming out. I hope some of you guys are going to get all county, maybe even some statewide awards. But for what you did on both ends of the floor, you get best all around, Carter. Congratulations. All right. Our two captains awards. The first one is going to go to Dylan. And Dylan, you did a great job of having a great attitude to practice every day. If I was later, you could have ran practice. And we talked a lot. You did a good job of just being the glue for us. And you're just a wonderful leader. And you left a mark. And it was an honor to coach you. So our first captain's award goes to Dylan Marcel. And Josh, I don't ever think this has happened before, but guys, sometimes the best ability is availability. And Josh goes 2 years. 2 years. Doesn't miss a summer workout either. 2 years. Doesn't miss an open gym night. 2 years. He's always there. Yeah, but no, he's always there. You dependable. I mean, you could set your watch by Josh Wheeler, and he did a wonderful job of representing us in the pre-games with the other team and dealing with the officials. And Josh, it's amazing that you were that consistent. Never late, never missed a workout in the summer. It's great. Josh Wheeler. All right, fellas, we have the last awards right here before we go. This has never happened before, okay? So Coach Sperber and I go to the area tournament meeting and we vote on all area for the regular season. We can't vote for you guys. The other coaches, I vote for their players, they vote for ours. We can't vote for our own players. And this is amazing. Y'all all split votes. I mean, Jacksonville's like, you know, Daniel Williams. He's all here. Yeah, I mean, they're screaming. Yeah, he gave them the business. And then Cherokee County's like, Cam Almond's got to be on all tournament. I mean, all area for the regular season. He slammed us. And then, you know, different guys, y'all all split the votes. And so, Dylan, you made all area for the regular seasons. That area tournament was a blur. Who made all tournament? All tournament. Paul and Dylan and Josh and Carter. Y'all did. Congratulations. Good. All right. Also making all area, Josh Wheeler. All area, Carter Johnson. You got votes from Cherokee County and Jackson. Coleman Ray. Cherokee County made sure you were on this. Cam Almond, all area. All area, Daniel Williams. And all area, Paul Lobby. Okay, guys, don't forget, you got banners, and we got the team banner for Mr. Johnson. All right, you got that for him. You got your nameplates as well. Thanks for the memories, fellas. Man, it was fun. Was it not? I mean, I want to make sure when you get your food and you sit down to eat, make sure you check out these pictures. Ms. Borelli did a wonderful job of putting all that together. Make sure you enjoy that, soak it in, and you know, remember what you're a part of. I hope you're proud of what you accomplished. I sure am. Don't be a stranger. Make sure you come back and visit. And the guys coming back, standard doesn't change, expectations doesn't change. We go right to work, and that tradition that they carried on, it doesn't graduate. You guys pick right up where they left off, and we keep going with it. You got it? We're not going anywhere. The reports of our death have been greatly exaggerated with these guys graduating. We're gonna miss them. But as much as we're gonna miss y'all, next November we're gonna tip that thing off, we're gonna keep right on going. You know, and but the legacy and the footprints that you left on White Plains won't be forgotten anytime soon. And guys, I feel like I got the greatest job in America. I don't have to hold your hand all the time, and you know how we feel about each other, and I can coach you hard, and I can look Coleman in the eye, I can tell him the truth, and it doesn't break you, and you embrace it, and we make eye contact, and we get it done. And I appreciate the way you let me coach you, and you're grown-ups. You know, you didn't act like kids, and we coached you hard, and you responded the right way. And it's just an honor to be a coach, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. It's a tough time for me when the season ends. I go through a couple-week depression because you know, we're not going to be together anymore. I don't even see you guys. You know, I see Cam and Silas a little bit, and that's about it. Well, I see Paul and Coleman in the weight room. But this is the last time this whole team will be together, and there's no more mountains to climb and no more battles to fight, and it's an adjustment. But man, it sure was fun, and we appreciate your effort. But we're excited about getting ready for next year. But thank you so much for how you acted while you played, how you wore the colors. Thanks, fellas.